Now, in the last year, North Korea has accelerated its nuclear and ballistic weapons testing with more than 25 missile launches and 2 nuclear tests. Joining us live via Skype from the Pentagon to discuss the situation and with North Korea and other military actions is viewers Carla Babb. Now, Carla, the White House says there will be very dire consequences, particularly for North Korea, for its continued provocative and threatening actions, right?
Well, that's right, Vincent. The United States has continued to use sanctions against North Korea with its nuclear missiles, but now they're taking it a step further, and they're actually deploying these THAAD missile systems. If you can recall, this decision was made back in July, and the new Secretary of Defense, Jim Mattis, made his very first stop on an international tour to South Korea to reaffirm the U.S. commitment to the region and to South Korea. There are a lot of U.S. troops in that area, a little fewer than 30,000 U.S. troops in South Korea, a little fewer than 50,000 U.S. troops in Japan. There's also about 60% of the U.S. naval fleet in the Pacific, so it's a very important region, and they want to make sure that they have reassured to their allies that they will protect them as well as protecting U.S. troops and interests in the area.
What is the timeline here? When will this happen?
Well, like I said, it was started back in July, and they're looking, South Korean officials say that this could be completed as early as April.
Okay. Now, we know that is not the only place where the U.S. forces are in action. Tell us a little more about what's going on right now in Syria, especially in Manbij.
Oh, there's a lot going on right now in Manbij. Just imagine 3 or 4 different groups that really don't like each other converging in one particular area. That's what's going on right now in Manbij, Syria. So what happened last week, General Stephen Townsend, the top commander on the ground, notified reporters at the Pentagon via teleconference that Russians had indeed bombed some of these Syrian Arab coalition that the U.S. has been partnering with and supporting in that area. Now, the Russians have denied this, but the way that General Townsend explained it to us, they called the Russians and immediately the bombing stopped. Now, in addition, this week we've been hearing that Turks and Kurds, who are also working with the Syrian Arab coalition, have been fighting in that area as well. So what the U.S. has done is they have sent in a small number of forces in that Manbij area to kind of drive around strikers with American flags saying, we are here, we're in the area. The Islamic State fighters are not in this area. They have been cleared, and there's no reason to be fighting amongst yourselves. So it's, as the Pentagon says, it's an opportunity to reassure that the area is clear of Islamic State and deter further aggression between the groups.
And for the past about 5 days, a lot has been going on in Yemen. Tell us about that.
That's right. In the past 6 days, there's been more than 40 strikes in Yemen. The president has made it on his agenda to ramp up the fight against al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. That's the al-Qaeda group that's in Yemen. They've been focusing on this Abiyan governorate, and they've had several strikes, and they've been successful, according to the Pentagon. Some of the latest strikes on March 2nd and 3rd targeted some high-valued leaders. One of them was a former Guantanamo Bay, Cuba detention center detainee. He was released under the Obama administration back in 2009, rejoined the fight, like about 30% of these Guantanamo Bay detainees that have been released, and he was killed, as well as a big bomb maker and a divisional leader in the area.
Well, Carla, as always, excellent reporting. Thank you very much.